All right, welcome back to LimFit's 2-Minute Tuesdays. Hope everyone's had a great start off to the week. So let's get straight into this week's question and see if we can stick to 2 minutes for a change. So this week's question comes from Christine, who asks, I'm really getting into my training now. How important are things like protein powders, and which protein powder should I be taking? So let's put 2 minutes on the clock and let's see what we can do for you. All right, so at the end of the day, protein powders are a supplement. They're designed to supplement your existing diet. The best analogy I can give to this, it's sort of like building a boat with rotten wood and gold nails. The gold nails are, of course, the supplements, the rotten wood being the food. It won't work. So, or you can't take $1 million supplements and eat McDonald's every day. It's not going to work that way. They're there to help supplement your existing diet. Now, that being said, if you got your diet in check, then protein can become a very valuable source of nutrition to help aid in meal replacements or recovery from workouts, etc. So where would I start? All right, well, you probably have all seen there's whey protein isolates known as WPIs, and then there's whey protein concentrates, which are your WPCs. Now, if it's for post-workout, I would be using a whey protein isolate because it is assimilated quickly into the body. In other words, it's generally fast digesting, whereas a whey protein concentrate is usually slower to digest. So it's better, whey protein concentrates are better used as a meal replacement, so to speak, or if you're making, say, a breakfast smoothie, I would use a whey protein concentrate. Of course, you can always expand on that. There are blends out there which are available, which are also good for meal replacements. They're usually a combination of things like whey protein, casein, and egg whites. Once again, very good for meal replacements because it has fast digesting proteins as well as slow digesting proteins. So this sort of comes back to keeping you fuller for longer, so to speak. Now, if you're vegetarian, of course, I would stick to things like pea proteins and vegetable proteins. Generally, I shy away from soy. The research that I've come across on soy is not exactly favorable for health, should we say. So we'll sort of leave that topic for another day. So if you're vegetarian, look at things like pea protein instead. Now, what about whey versus casein? Now, at the end of the day, as of today's recording, there is some very good research coming out on casein. Now, does it trump the research we've seen on whey over the last 20 years or so? Not really. I would still more steer towards whey. And generally because most people have less allergic reactions or intolerance, shall we say, with whey than they do with casein. Casein can be highly allergenic for a lot of people, but also whey can be allergenic as well. So you want to look at things like if you're having problems with your whey or your protein powder, just sometimes switching to a different protein powder source can help dramatically. In terms of which types of protein, now I believe in my industry having transparency, so I don't affiliate with any brands, I'm not sponsored by any brands, but I do tend to choose locally sourced or locally manufactured businesses. So I would choose businesses. Generally, the best protein that I've found comes from sources that do not sell in stores. You have to buy it directly from the manufacturer. But I would look at a company that sources their whey protein or their casein from New Zealand dairy. Another thing to factor in, of course, is the type of training you're doing, how much you're trying to restrict a certain macronutrient. So a good example of this, if I'm putting someone on quite a large volume of workload, so to speak, I want some carbs as part of their post-workout nutritional protocol. So this can be as easy as adding some glucose to your already existing protein, or a lot of protein mixes now come with carbs mixed in. Now, this, once again, it's highly individual. For someone who does a lot of workload, then I want to replenish those glycogen stores, so I want something that's got carbs in it. How much carbs? Well, once again, it's very individual to the specific type of training as well as the individual you're dealing with. If I'm trying to minimize someone's carb intake because they've been grossly over-consuming on carbs, then generally I'm not going to have them have a post-workout protein shake that's got carbs as part of it, because generally they're already over-consuming on carbs. So I'm slowly titrating that back. Of course, as someone loses body fat and starts developing a lot more lean muscle tissue and volume of training workload or endurance or mitochondrial density workouts go up and up, we can start incorporating more carbs into those post-workout shakes. So I hope this has helped. I hope you got a lot out of this. At the end of the day, take-home points are protein powders are there to supplement your existing diet already. There's no point having $1 million supplements if you're eating rubbish food. So get your food intact first. For post-workout, I like things like whey protein isolates. For meal replacements, I like whey protein concentrates or blends. So that would be a whey protein concentrate with casein and egg whites. For vegetarians, I would look more at things like pea protein. I tend, like I said, try and stay away from things like soy. And in terms of carbs with post-workout protein shakes, once again, very highly individual depending on your body compositional goals, the type of training you're doing, etc. So I hope this has helped. I hope you got a lot out of it. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up or share with someone you feel might benefit from this. And we'll see you next week for 2 Minute Tuesdays. Thank you.